Before we delve into our journey into the exhibit, we would like to present the dedicated poster and the brochure cover. The brochure has a total of 4 pages. The graphic style that was chosen for this event is of typographical nature and sports a fully white background. In red, near the top right, we can find the exhibit dates, October 13th to November 3rd, and in black, below, the hosts and spaces, Spazio Multimediale San Francesco and Magma Museum Civitanova Marche. In the dead center of the poster, everything regarding the titular name of the exhibit is slightly tilted upwards towards the right. In black lowercase letters, the title reads, How to Draw A. The following word, Manifesto, is at the beginning of a new line, in all uppercase and block letters. It's presented in 2 colors, cyan and yellow, which partially overlap. The deconstruction of green into its primary colors creates a false three-dimensional feel and centers it as the focal point of the page. Below, again in lowercase, we have an exhibit to ponder among the examples of masters. Then in bold, curated by Mario Piazza. The curator's name is too written in lowercase. From above, a question mark stops the title with a column of 4 stops. Each stop corresponds to each of the coupled contrasting stylistic choices upon which the exhibit is conceptualized. The styles on the left of each dot are typed in magenta, while the ones on the right are cyan. Above the masthead, 2 dots follow the question mark, representing the couples, abstract or figurative, and essential or decorative. Below the masthead, we have 3 more dots, typographic or calligraphic, conceptual or narrative, empty or full. The last dot, instead, is heart-shaped and represents the couple, symbol or image. In the lower left corner, we have the organizer's logo, Magma Museum and Cartacanta, and our patrons, Regione Marche, the city of Civitanova Marche, and the Italian Association of Design and Visual Communication. The top left and the bottom right corners are filled with the display designer's surnames. Each list of names creates a column alongside the external border of the page and is half a page tall. From the top left corner, we have Grignani, Davis, Cerri, Mattioli, Testa, Muratore, Dolcini, Franzoni, Ilibrandi, Steiner, Glaser, Bubico, Rovai, Seppo, Mancini, Tortoioli, Iceberg, Fabre, Innocenti, Ballarini, De Poli, Munguzzi, Fletcher, Shermayev, Tovaglia, Luzzati, Sardonini, Tapiro, Scarabottolo, and Box. From the bottom right corner, we have Lupi, Asqui, Lepor, Abitini, Tulliosi, Borgonzoni, Follon, Milani A, Eloy, Beltran, Coney, Killian, Rauch, Lecrenic, Milani M, Savignac, Zvierzi, Magno, Tomaszewski, Lovergine, Lirici Greci, Eman Rag, Munari, Pintori, Ladaginiec, Comodo, Canale, Origoni Steiner. As we open the brochure, we find that the 2 inner pages are divided in an upper half and a lower half, the latter containing text. In the second page, on the top left, we have the 1977 Manifesto, posterist paper by Alain Lecarnec. The words poster and paper are at the very top and the very bottom, leaving the word is to occupy as much space as possible in the middle. A peculiar characteristic is the read paper effect, as a result from the repetition of the sentence in different colors. The paper on top has a red background and green text. It is ripped in places, leaving the bottom paper exposed with its magenta background and dark green text. Thus, the colors of words and backgrounds create an almost camouflage-like print effect. Here we transcribe the curator's words. This exhibit has no title, it has a question. Here we compare over 100 posters from the sound activity and patrimony of our Magma Museum in Civitanova Marche. We host works from many prestigious names, which are cemented in the history of graphic design, both Italian and foreign, but also young designers, professionals, or even suburban origins. Our selection was not made to only acclaim a dose of aesthetics found in graphic projects, nor to visualize a mock sociological survey on who the graphics are and how they work, which schools of thought occurrence had the most influence historically. The objective, in the current medium Manifesto's era of decadence, was to use the manifesto, the posters, to ponder how they can be constructed and designed, to understand how they were created, how they are created, and maybe will be created, but furthermore, to understand what images are today. You see, the objective of a manifesto is to embody a visual message, be it drawn or photographic, handwritten or in typography. The manifesto is something to look at, but one must learn to read them as well. This exhibit thus compares manifestos by the great masters with those of serious professionals or young designers. We are putting them side by side with works by American, Polish, Cuban, French, Italian, South American, Persian designers, all from different eras, in order to illustrate some design mechanics upon the basis of 5 couples of opposing conduits. How do you make a manifesto? How do you fill the canvas? Or do you fill them with emptiness? Should you use a font or handwrite? Would it be best to use a conceptual image or to use visual storytelling? Should it be somber or boast with decor? To pick abstraction, informal, or figurative images? When I see a heart, do I picture an image or a symbol? The next page continues. This exhibit, other than merely being a show event, wishes to offer an educational threshold, to use the same images in order to illustrate design mechanisms, and at the same time, it is also a random reading into the history of graphic design between greater and lesser known authors, near and far away currents, history, and current events. You know, posters are posted less and less in the streets, exception made for Civitanova, of course. The manifesto is a tool of reason, not just to look at and be mesmerized by, to love the aquarelle work of Follon or the logic minimalism of A.G. Franzoni. The difficulty and wonder of the manifesto is to unveil and administer an idea to capacity, the true reason behind the images we still make today. Naturally, even expositive ideas are incredibly hollow, and a more than valid teaching comes from a fascinating 1972 book by John Berger, art critic, writer, and much more. It was titled The Look of Things, Selected Essays and Articles, and it asked mostly questions, knowing that looking still comes before words in more ways than one. It's by looking that we determine our place in the world around us, that the world can be explained by words, but words don't nullify the fact that it surrounds us. The relationship between what we have and what we know is never defined once and for all. We see the sun set at twilight every day. We know the planet is rotating away from the sun. Yet knowing, and knowing how to explain to ourselves, is slightly less than what compared to what we see. In the last page of our brochure, on the top left, we have Cartacanta Festival 2024, Tolerance, in collaboration with museoMagma. How to create a manifesto, curated by Piazza. Installation by Nuova Cartacanta, from October 13th to November 3rd, 2024, Spazio Multimediale San Francisco and the Magma Museum of Civitanova Marche. With patronage by Regione Marche, Civitanova Marche and IAP. On the bottom of the page at the center, all Saturdays and Sundays from 17 to 20. Open upon request and bookings for groups and schools at staff@cartacanta.it. Sponsored by Banco Marchigiano, Proteus Pesca, Idromeccanica Forani e Pecorari, Ottica Peroni, Farmacia Angelini, Adamo ed Eva.